Well, happy Monday, Evangel Church. I hope that your week has begun well. It was a great day at the church yesterday. I hope that you were there, and if you were, it was so good to see you again. It's been a strange start to the year. A lot of challenges, a lot of difficulties here in our city and in our faith family, but we need each other. And it was so good to see you, so encouraging to me. If you're unable to be with us yesterday, I want to encourage you to go back and watch the message, because I think it's an important message for us in these days especially. It's from 2 Corinthians chapter 4, and starting in verse 7, let me just read through the text and then share a couple thoughts with you. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, so that the surpassing greatness of the power will be of God and not from ourselves. We are afflicted in every way, but not crushed. We are perplexed, but not despairing. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Struck down, but not destroyed. Always carrying about in the body the dying of Jesus, so that the life of Jesus also may be manifested in our body. For we who live are constantly being delivered over to death for Jesus' sake, so that the life of Jesus also may be manifested in our mortal flesh. There's an aspect of this journey that we are on of life, that the very frailties that we live aware of every day, the difficulties that we face, are the avenues, the vehicles for God to reveal himself. Every day we recognize that there is a frailty to this human body. Every day we hear of others who are sick and struggling. And as his children, as believers, sometimes that creates a discord in our thoughts and in our minds, a dissonance that we just cry out, why? Why are we facing these difficulties? Why do we have these trials? And it's because of these trials and through these difficulties that God reveals himself. You see it in verse 7 when it says, so that the power will be of God and not from ourselves. Man, we'll take credit for anything that we can. We will claim anything to ourselves. And so there is no confusion, so there is no opportunity to do that, no temptation to do that. We're brought to an end of ourselves. But see, even coming to an end of ourselves is love, because we need to see that it is God that we need. We need to see the sufficiency of Christ. And many times we'll never see that unless it is all that we have. We won't realize that he is enough until he is all that we have. And so even the graciousness of God is revealed in allowing us to go through trials. And those trials, though we are not crushed, reveal the reality of the hope that resides in us. Well, maybe you're going through a difficulty today. Maybe you're going through a challenge in this season of life. I'd encourage you, go back and look at this text and ask the Lord to speak to you through it. And there's so many passages, especially in the Pauline writings, where we see the purpose of trials. What those allow to take place is for us to bring the things that seem contradictory in our lives, the trials, yet our heavenly citizenship, and bring those two in right relationship so that they are in accord. They harmonize. And then we see the richness of life. Well, you pray for me. I can always use your prayers, and I have the same challenges that you do, and I'll be praying for you. And this is what we do as a faith family. We love each other. We lift each other up and take care. So I love you. I pray that you have a wonderful week. If you can, come Wednesday night. Wednesday night, we're going to have the Bible study again. We'll be in the atrium. So at 6 p.m., we'll have the Bible study. We're going to play the video from Al Whittinghill speaking of, Lord, teach us to pray. If you didn't have an opportunity a couple weeks ago to see that, join us Wednesday night. It'll be so good to kick off our Bible study season again. So come on, 6:30 atrium, Wednesday night. I look forward to seeing you there. Pray that you have a wonderful week. Love you, miss you. See you real soon.